Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bale.
Hello everyone!
Hello!
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast!
Hypecast!
I never know if I'm allowed to speak right now.
Damn
God
right you are.
Damn it!
This is America.
Definitely not then.
No, it's fine. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? There's no more rules. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
Now you go.
Now I go? And
Now
I'm
you go.
here to derail Tom. I'm Bridgett.
Yeah. Welcome, Bridgett.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Let's stick a wrench in this.
Yeah, no last names here. I'm just fucking Bridgett.
I'm Bridgett. Greenberg, if you must know.
I mean, it's on the. They know.
It's on the thing. You've read it.
Yeah.
Podcast introductions are bad. And,
Yes.
yeah. And
They're all terrible.
And cut us some slack.
Yeah. And Dave and I think, frequently forget how to introduce our shows.
It doesn't matter. They read it's like Bridget said. They
cares?
read the thing.
Who cares? You can say
there's
literally
no
anything.
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what mystique we're trying to preserve here.
Right. I always say, I've said it a million times, when it's 100 years from now and they find this in the rubble, it might be helpful to have like our names and stuff.
Maybe.
For historical purposes, but right now, for the purposes we're intending.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they'll need to know who we are.
Yeah. How are you, Bridgett?
I'm great. I'm good. You know.
Good.
Yeah. You know, I can say that confidently now, which is new.
I felt the confidence. Yeah.
Yeah. No, things are going pretty. It's looking up.
Yeah.
It's looking up.
Things are looking up.
Things are looking up.
I mentioned before we started recording today, when we're recording this, marks the official day that I am vaccinated, as in I got my second shot and then 2 weeks passed, and that is the day.
Final form Dave.
Yep. I am a day walker. I am immune to all disease.
So you're like, can we talk real quick about what was that movie, Daybreakers? Where
let's talk about Daybreakers.
Willem Dafoe gets transformed back into a human because he crashes his car and flies through the windshield through daylight.
Is that what happens in
Yes!
Daybreakers?
Okay, because there was also a Netflix show, Daybreakers, which was like a teen high school zombie show that wasn't that bad.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'll take your word for that one.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
What?
Sorry, I'm still on Daybreakers. Is that the one where vampires won?
Yes, it's where it's Ethan Hawke. Vampires control the world.
I did not know Willem Dafoe is in that.
He sure is. Apparently, in the rules of that universe,
sense.
like if you like dip yourself in sunlight real quick, you'll get burned, but you'll turn into a human. So like he literally torpedoes headfirst through a windshield and gets set on fire by the sun, and then it turns him into a person again.
Wow.
So they're actively trying to not be human. I guess if you were a vampire, why would you want to be human?
Right. If they're the dominant species at that point, it's like...
Well, they don't know that there's a cure for it.
Well, also, then it becomes a loop. If they don't know there's a cure. But then you're just like human, vampire, in a never-ending circle.
Going back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Would you guys want to be vampires? Real talk. Real talk. Vampire or not vampire?
Kinda.
Go.
I would say no. Living forever sounds bad. And, I mean, what vampire power... What powers do they really have? It's pretty unclear what their advantages are.
You technically don't live forever because...
You could die numerous ways, yeah.
Yeah, if the Earth explodes...
You can be killed, you just won't die.
Yeah.
Right,
like,
you won't die of old age. You won't age. No. That sounds cool, but I don't know. I've had bad joints since I was 16, so I think...
It kind of depends on, when you become a vampire, too.
Yeah, what if you get bit at 80? That sucks.
No, I don't want any of that. No.
And that's
that'd be a bummer.
Yeah, Nosferatu, he's an old man.
Right.
Yeah, he also looks like a rat goblin. Like, is that what happens? Because no, I want
to be a hot vampire, if at all.
Yeah.
That, I mean, do I get hotter? Then maybe. I just don't understand what the advantage to being a vampire is. You don't get to eat normal food. You don't get to go outside in the day.
Right.
That's true, yeah. That is true.
People are trying to stab you in the heart.
Right. That's no fun.
Human Bridgett doesn't like that idea, so...
So you're anti-vampire.
I don't see the upside.
Okay. Sorry to vampires listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just alienated a substantial portion of our audience.
Our apologies to the Skarsgård family.
Yes. I mean... yeah. No, still no. I don't know. It's like, maybe if Alexander Skarsgård, he's pretty hot, but no, he's creepy.
Sure. He's, I don't know.
And I don't know what that does for me. Just like, hey, we're like each other now? No.
Yeah.
Overrated.
You get to go to the cool... I will say you get to go to some cool vampire clubs.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely, like, castle raves and shit.
Yeah, it's all like the fucking Blade series, like those cool clubs. Blood raves, etc.
Yeah, I'm also pretty squeamish. I don't know if I could hack it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quite literally, right? Yeah.
Hey.
Couldn't hack it. Anyway.
Hey.
Do we want to name producers? We have producers
we should
of our
probably
show.
do that, yeah.
We got a new one.
Special
thanks to Numino Ultra Microscopic Silicovolcanoconiosis Jones.
Jones.
Sorry.
Oh, Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
Honus.
Other who may or may not be someone we know who's trying to hurt us.
But they didn't get
otherwise. Yeah. Alternate name they suggested was Jeff May, who does not like sports. A little hint to the asshole who gave us that name. But thank you.
To the
thank you.
all-time bastard that gave us this name.
But thank you again to Numino Ultra Microscopic Silicovolcanoconiosis Jones. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
You're not going to trip me up.
Yeah, you're rubbing it in now.
It's almost like
how long
practiced.
did you practice?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how long did that take?
Actually, 5 minutes before we started recording, I opened the document. I was like, right, shit. And it turns out it's actually easy enough to pronounce.
So, try again.
Yeah. It's apparently the longest word. Numino Ultra Microscopic Silicovolcanoconiosis. I don't know what it means.
I don't care.
I don't care. Exactly. Also, thank you to the baby from Eraserhead. Thank you to Chiz Lily Tits. Rolls off the tongue.
It really
thank you
does.
to Marshall Law. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you to These 7 Bees. Thank you. Thank you to Breezy Ruizy. Thank you. As always. Thank you to Davey Francis for The Revenge. Great film. Thank you to MVP. Thank you.
The MVP.
Mm-hmm. Thank you to Phaedrus. Thank you very much. Thank you to Ryan the Silly Money Goose. Thank you to Chester's Prophet. Much appreciated. Thank you to Definitely Not Guillermo del Toro. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
And thank you to Tom, or not Tom, Brian, who Tom knows.
It's true. It's true. I do know him. All right, let me jump in here. Thanks to Bob Grenville. Thank you to Steven. Thank you to Down Home Chicken. Thank you to Han Toomey, the Confused Cyborg. Thank you to Asking Seven.
Thank you.
Thank you to Hey Fuck You, I'm Happy Ed.
Thank you.
Thank you to I Was Born to Stare.
You still haven't done it. I guess that request, it was a one-time request. So.
Yeah, the syllables don't line up either. Like we discussed this last week.
Yeah.
Look, if there's another song you want, let us know.
And also, they pick like the fucking hardest thing to sing.
Yeah.
Thank you to Dracula, the bus-driving vampire.
Thank you, Count.
Thank you to Tiger George Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head. See, I can sing that.
Oh.
I can't do I Will Always Love You.
Right.
No, that's an insane ask.
Yeah. Thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you, Dan.
And thank you to the Kool-Aid Man says, get your vaccine. COVID sucks. I have proof.
Yeah, do it. Get your vaccine.
Do it.
It's time to sink our long but definitely not vampiric fangs into these trailers.
Yeah. We got a bigums. We got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
As our first one. This is a Marvel film. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that this trailer looks like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I've picked up from the Twitter sphere that the main actor just kind of like tweeted, hey, why don't you do this with me? And then he got the role.
And they're like, you're right. We should do that.
We should do this.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
There's a lot of cool like fight scenes and action sequences in the trailer.
Yeah. It plot wise, it in a lot of ways feels very identical to Black Panther in that it's a person who's been training his whole life to take over this thing and fight for, take over for his father and become this master to protect everyone from bad guys. It seems
it seems like Marvel, that's just one of the things they have,
right? Well,
because that's also Iron Fist.
Right,
well,
it's one of their story buckets, I guess.
Yeah.
This is a bit of an inverse of that because his father's the bad guy.
Oh.
His father's the Mandarin.
Oh, the Mandarin is getting involved in this.
Whoa.
So we're gonna get Ben Kingsley back, please.
No.
So they're gonna have an actual Mandarin.
Yeah. Well, if you saw they did one of the Marvel one shots they did as a bonus feature for one of the DVDs included that where it was like an extra bit with Ben Kingsley in prison. He has a fun little interaction with Sam Rockwell, who's there as well. After Iron Man 2. And then Mandarin busts in and basically,
the real one.
Yeah, the real one busts in and threatens him for like using his identity.
he sues him. He gives him like a summons.
He serves him some papers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't like. So. Yeah, Tom. What is
this?
I don't know anything about this.
What are this?
I don't know.
What are this?
I don't know much about Shang-Chi either. I know a little bit about the Mandarin. I know this is a new version of the character, but basically like you remember like the Ten Rings was in the first Iron Man movie. It was like that terrorist organization that kidnaps Tony Stark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Mandarin is originally like one of Iron Man's like arch nemesis.
So this is because I kind of assumed it was gonna be like merge, because obviously like everything else Marvel they merge together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering like who's gonna make a cameo in this, who's gonna be the merging. It sounds like Iron Man is like the world that the Venn diagram crosses over with. That's very interesting.
Oh my god, there are so many just like barely there threads that Marvel expects you to pull on to connect these things. It is head spinning, but I don't know. The movie looks cool. Yeah. I just wish that every time I saw a Marvel trailer that looked cool, I can be like, great. And I can see that movie and I can understand everything and not feel like I'm missing this huge piece of it that ties it all together. I don't know.
I'm really into Marvel doing martial arts. From what I can tell from the behind the scenes, from the cast and stuff, like they're going legit with all of this, right?
It looks incredible. The fighting looked unbelievable.
The cinematographer is Bill Pope.
Ooh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Is that his power? He's just like really good at kicking ass.
Like I told you, I don't know much about Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looked like a thing where he was like trained since he was a baby to be
right.
Some sort of martial art master.
Yeah.
To be really cool.
It looked really cool. There was that fight scene where they're fighting in some sort of abandoned or half-constructed building, and it's like lit up by a billboard, and it was very Skyfall elevator crashing scene. And that's amazing. I'll always take more of that, please.
Mm-hmm. There's also a bus fight.
Yeah, the bus fight was cool.
With what I assume is the bus from Speed, because they're not stopping. A bus driver is dedicated. He's like, we got to get there.
The bus driver's Aquafina.
Oh, is it?
In that shop.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if you know this, but buses physically cannot stop, Dave.
Right, or they'll explode.
They're incapable. All buses are incapable of hitting brakes. So that just adds up.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, it's Dennis Hopper's legacy. It's what he left us all with. No bus can slow down.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this other than it looks fucking fun as hell. When does it come out?
September, I think, or they might have pushed. This is another one that kept its release date kept getting shuffled, so now I can't really remember what. I think it's September.
It does say expected. The word they're using is expected September 3rd.
I like to think that now every trailer is going to have a release date and then in parentheses just saying barring any global catastrophes.
Yeah, right.
Probably September 3rd.
But, the unexpected.
Yeah. I'm looking up the writers. Obviously, the director wrote it, but the co-writers, they got the writer of Wonder Woman 1984 and Godzilla.
All right.
That's the writer of The Kid. I think this writer, Dave Callahan, from what I'm looking at his credits, he's like someone that they pass scripts through to like clean them up or something, because his credits are like madness. He also wrote Doom, 2005's Doom.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Got some real heavy hitters on this show.
Yeah. Well, he also wrote 2021's Mortal Kombat.
Hey.
So,
hey.
Yeah. That's a today thing. You can
sure
watch that
is. Yeah.
right now.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. All right. Do we want to talk about this next trailer then?
Yep.
Sure.
Werewolves Within. We've talked about this. Werewolves are fucking hot right now. What is this game?
This is
it's based off of.
It's a version of Werewolf.
The Mafia-esque game?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Werewolves Within is just a video game version of Werewolf.
My God.
Well, if you notice the trailer, that's literally the plot of the movie.
Right.
It's Werewolf.
Yeah.
It's Clue with werewolves.
So it's just a bunch of people sitting around and someone like, I don't know why you're accusing me. I thought we were friends. And then they turn to the werewolf and they're like, oh, you motherfucker. I knew it. No one believed me. And then they end their friendships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They get real meta on each other and just burn relationships to the ground.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that looks like a ton of fun. Like the cast is really fun. The director, Josh Rubin, is a good dude. He's very funny.
Dave and I did a We Just Watched on Scare Me a little while ago. His movie.
It's the same director?
Yeah, it's that guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
He didn't write this, but he's the director.
Right. Yeah, this looks legitimately good. This is a fake criticism, which is that isn't all werewolf movies the game Werewolf, right? Like, isn't the game of werewolf come from the werewolf movie trope, which is who's the werewolf?
Right, but they
so
do,
to then
they,
base a movie off the game. I mean, this looks awesome.
Right.
I'm just saying conceptually, basing the movie off the game is just going back to the movie genre that the game was based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when was the last time you saw? I think we kind of lost that aspect of it though. Like it's like weirdly, most werewolf movies I've seen recently aren't whodunits, which is bizarre because like it's a perfect formula for a whodunit.
Yeah, I think it's because it's that idea of like, oh, now we're making observations on the genre and so on and so forth. Everything gets revamped. So it is. You're right. It is nice to go back to that being just it's a whodunit. It's a basic whodunit with clues. It's and then you're like, the priest is losing an eye. It's lost an eye. Mm-hmm. He's the bad guy.
I feel like, the werewolf as in the monster universe is so ripe for horror comedy because they're just big dumb monsters. So they can't really be. They don't have that much agency once they're werewolves, so they can't be that legitimately scary. I don't know. If they don't have motive. So to like the only motive you can build around it is trying to find out who turns into a werewolf.
Right.
And
I do. It is still a deviation from the classic werewolf lore of wearing leather and fighting vampires that we all know and love.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
Or lichens. Sorry, the official name of werewolves.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. This looks fucking awesome. This looks like a lot of fun.
Fucking Sam Richardson.
A
friend to Cracked is in it.
He's a friend to Cracked?
Yeah, he was in a couple of videos.
He was in some really Cracked videos. Yeah. I think it was before all of our times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember when Detroiters was coming out, it was a big deal in the office. It was like, Sam Richardson.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Tim Robinson has since gone on to do I Think You Should Leave.
Incredible.
Right, yeah.
Let's move on.
It's
especially like home video, super fun.
Is this a streaming? Is this a streaming one?
I hope so. It feels like it should be. Cause
it said theaters on X date and then available to rent shortly thereafter.
That checks out. All right, next trailer is for I believe, series on Amazon called The Underground Railroad.
Yeah, this is from Barry Jenkins, and I feel like it's been in production forever, so it's cool to...
Yeah, it's based on... I think the book came out in 2017, I want to say.
Oh, maybe it hasn't been in development for that long. I don't know why I thought it had.
Yeah, it was... Maybe I'm wrong about, but yeah, like somewhere around 2017, the book came out. But the book is unbelievable. So, and Barry Jenkins is a great director, and I feel like it's such a good pairing of director to content. That
this trailer's fantastic.
Yeah,
it makes me really want to see this movie. And it's got Joel Edgerton bowing, like accepting that he has racist face.
Yeah.
And taking on this role. And the eyebrow kid. What's his name?
Oh.
Eyebrow kid?
Eyebrow kid.
Eyebrow?
Everybody knows him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think.
He's in the trailer. A bunch of people know exactly
Will
what
Poulter.
I'm talking about right now. Thank you, Will
Poulter.
Poulter.
Yeah. That's who I thought you were talking about, but I was like, I didn't quite.
It also has William Jackson Harper's in there.
Chidi.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Chidi.
Yeah, Chidi. That was shocking. I was like, oh no, Chidi.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have the great. Yeah, you remember when he showed up in Midsummer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
also
both did. Both
Poulter.
him and Will Poulter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're best friends.
William Jackson Harper, like, I need more of him.
Yeah.
I need him all the way to the top.
He's
been fantastic.
Yeah, I was excited to see him flex his range a little more.
Yeah.
In this, I'm super excited to see him do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you like during The Good Place, you always got the feeling that he could handle a pretty weighty role if he.
He's
has a
one
shot.
of the, I mean, it's hard to. I was about to say he's one of the best parts, but it's like, man, everybody on that show is so
it's
good.
just a great, it's just a great
Yeah.
show. But yeah, this looked very intense.
Yeah.
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 Obviously, to say the very least, very intense. But yeah, it had almost. I mean, I don't know, the look and feel of it kind of invoke like the first season of Handmaid's Tale to me. Which
I was about to say it looks intense, but it does look like much like the Handmaid's Tale, like where it's like you're watching people fight.
right. It's compelling because you're watching people. You're watching people take heroic acts against an unjust system.
It understands that it's not a documentary. That
Right.
it's like, well, we're gonna make this like compelling and dramatic, and like it just looks really fucking good. Like it's not like, yeah, I don't know, we're nailing it with these trailers right now.
Yeah, they're all good, and then
They're all good in very different ways.
Yeah.
I will say I really like this trailer. The trailer is fucking intense.
yeah,
The choice of music and stuff, it looks fantastic.
yeah. No, I'm excited to get very in the way that I was like very compelled by the first season of Handmaid's Tale, like very bummed out but excited about a show at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That
I'm pretty stoked for the new season of Handmaid's Tale. This looks like it follows a similar story because it's about a young woman escaping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where the parallel comes in, and then visually there's something that like I don't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was visually something that kept reminding me of Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. It's also really haunting to realize the similarities because we're talking about something based on a real thing that happened versus a dystopian future tale.
Yeah.
And the fact that this was a real thing that happened to people that was fucking dystopian.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Well, yeah, and like
so that's
it's such the story of people escaping through the Underground Railroad is such like a harrowing, unbelievable story that it's I read the book. It's and it like reading it it struck me. I was like, why don't we have more of the, or maybe they do and I'm just ignorant to them, but like more of these detailed stories about people going through the railroad, because it's such a harrowing, compelling journey. Right.
I mean, then how would we make 50 movies about World War II?
That's true. Yeah.
That is.
We love our World War II movies. I mean, they're both things that have a lot of compelling tales within them. So I get it, but it is weird that you're right that this isn't a subject that I don't know. We make more stuff about.
It seems so. Yeah, it seems so like ripe for just good content and good stories to come out of it that we should have more. But this seems like a really good start because the trailer looked great.
Yeah,
and Barry Jenkins is an incredible director. So
yeah,
I have a lot of faith in this adaptation.
Yeah, looks great. What the hell? Sorry, I'm blanking on what Barry Jenkins has done.
Moonlight.
Oh yeah, Moonlight. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Sorry, that just got me really excited.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He's
Moonlight
really good.
was fantastic. Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good at directing stuff. So this seems like such a good match for him.
Fuck me. That's yeah. Everybody check out the trailer for this. It looks great.
It looks
Well, let's talk about this next trailer for Riders of Justice.
Yeah.
I want Mads to teach me how to shoot.
Yeah. This looks fun. Weird. It's weird to say because it's like a gritty revenge tale, but there's clearly also like a good amount of like humor in it.
Yeah.
All right. Not a complaint, but it felt odd because it's like my daughter is dead.
No,
and now we're gonna have.
His daughter's alive because she's in the trailer.
His wife is dead.
Is it his wife? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I just looked at the synopsis. Yeah, he's like, my wife is dead, and then we're going to do a bunch of goofs.
Yeah.
Like it starts really serious, and then they're like, and now I'm gonna recruit all these chuckle fucks and teach them how to shoot.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that seems fun.
This is a Danish movie?
Yeah.
I assume so.
Something from that region? I feel like that's kind of I'm pretty much solely basing this off Another Round. That movie that came out this year, where like, that kind of seems like the vibe of like, let's have these, goofy chuckle fucks goof around about a serious subject, and it's fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it's from. The original title, I couldn't even begin to pronounce, even after pronouncing that other word. It is 2 words, and it is long stretches of either no vowels or lots
All
of vowels.
Yeah.
And it's a terrifying series of words. There's one of those AEs that
that they're
bundle fly together. Yeah.
So this movie opened. I don't know who the actor is that it opens on. That's not Mads Mikkelsen. But I thought it was Jason Bateman in a beard. I could not. I had to look up, is Jason Bateman in this movie?
The answer is no. I assume
he is not.
Okay.
It's not Jason Bateman, but it definitely could be Jason Bateman in a big old fake beard.
This looks like just fun.
Yeah.
This is just Mads Mikkelsen being like, I want to be Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And the world is like, we also want that for you.
Yeah, why wouldn't we want that?
Yeah. Can we shave your head and give you a beard? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, we so in.
We want you to be Liam Neeson he wants to be Liam in the most like character-y way possible.
Yeah.
There's no playing it straight, which is great because he should never do that.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the biggest character you can, and build a world around that, and that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. I'm loving these trailers, you
yeah,
guys.
no, this is a good slate we got.
It's a solid batch of trailers, yeah.
Well, let's keep rolling those dice with Annette.
Speaking of rolling dice on a movie, have you guys seen
man.
Holy Motors?
No.
Okay. It's the same director. When that came up, it made so much sense to me. That movie is insane. It's one of those just like art house films where it's just non-linear. There's no way to follow a plot, but you're just compelled because you're seeing some wild shit on screen, but you have no idea what's going on. This seems a little more linear than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Adam Driver playing Alan Rickman as a father.
He's doing fucking full-on Alan Rickman voice there, yeah.
He is. It made me realize,
really
I was like, oh, you're right, Adam Driver. You could play Snape.
He could play Snape,
yeah.
Very easily.
And it's about I looked it up. It's the plot is a stand-up comedian and his opera singer wife have a 2-year-old daughter with a surprising gift. So he plays a stand-up comedian.
That is not what I took away from that trailer.
I would never. You could watch. Okay, everybody needs to watch this trailer because you would never guess that. Was what
you
this
could have
movie is
given me
about.
1,000 guesses, and that is not what I would have landed on.
It's clear an orchestra is involved because the third bill actor is a conductor, but that's it.
And he's also the guy from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
One of the guys from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the haunting jokes you would tell?
Oh my god!
Like in this movie, I want a full set from him.
Nothing makes me more uncomfortable than the thought of Adam Driver doing stand-up and being in the audience for
comedy.
It. He's such a looming presence. I'd be so scared. What if he falls? He'll certainly hurt me.
Yeah. God damn. This is so. I'm just looking at like Adam Driver's future. I think he's gonna be a real like God, what's a good comparison?
I don't know because I don't know what direction.
I have no idea where you could go with
this.
He's
going to be one of those guys he's going to be in Star Wars, and then he's going to be a real like Willem Dafoe.
Right, where it's like a one for them, one for me kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like one for them, one really for me.
Yeah,
like one for nobody else but me.
Yeah,
and that's great.
Sure.
I mean, I liked him in The Dead Don't Die. I like his weird shit.
Yeah,
it's
he's always interesting to watch.
Yeah,
I don't know how he plays a stand-up.
I don't know. I'm judging by the voice he's doing in this. I could wait to see. It'd be like watching Alan Rickman do stand-up.
Exactly.
Which I would love to watch.
Yeah. This
What
movie
the
looks
deal with Tinder.
Alan Rickman on Tinder is also a haunting idea.
Oh man! Imagine swiping across that face.
Yeah, is that fucking Alan Rickman? Yes. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. People watch this trailer. I'm not saying that as a necessarily recommendation because this is definitely not for everyone.
No. I was actually shocked to hear Bridgett say that this movie looks more linear than the director's last film because it does not look linear.
Yeah.
I will say it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks. It's very pretty.
That's what sucked me into Holy Motors, because I watched a trailer and I was like, this looks cool. I have no idea what it's trying to tell me, but it looks cool. And then the movie was just the trailer, but 2.5 hours long.
Right.
Yeah, this seemed to have characters that you could follow, which Holy Motors didn't. So that's why it's more linear, but it's but it's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a weird movie. So take that as you will.
Mm-hmm. But again, definitely watch the trailer because you got to see what Adam Driver's doing.
It's
what
a lot.
He's bringing to this film.
He's bringing a whole lot to the table.
It is a whole ass lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of bringing a lot, let's talk about the next trailer for The Space Between.
I was certain this was going to be a teen romance just based off the title.
Well, I was about to say it has the title of like
a Dave Matthews song.
Yeah.
Space Between.
I would say it also sounds like a movie that'd be like this because it's the name of like a heartfelt drama, you know?
Yeah.
And this feels like it's in that, place. It's like
it's in the it's in the vein.
It's gonna be like
of movies.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's in the vein of movies that when I was in high school and starting to get very into film, that I would see and be like, "This is what cinema is."
Yeah,
right. It's directed by the producer of Dallas Buyers Club. Rachel Winter. It really it looks like it's very like it's going to be bittersweet, feel good, right? Like it's about a has-been rock musician whose their record label is going to drop him. So this young guy comes to his house to drop him, and he learns a thing or two, and maybe the other guy learns a thing or two. And we haven't mentioned that it's Kelsey Grammer with long gray hair.
Yeah, why are we still casting
aging
Kelsey
rock
Grammer?
star Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah, I also I feel like I'd be more on board if it was anyone else besides Kelsey Grammer doing this.
It did take me about half of the trailer to figure out it was him.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
it was like, I know I recognize him. Who is this? I don't know. It was like my brain was just
it's
like
Beast.
slowed away.
It's Frasier.
Yeah, Frasier.
It's Frasier. Yeah, that's a weird casting choice, but like, I'm sure this movie will be good. It's a. I don't know. It rang to me exactly as what I said. Is like when I was starting to really get into movies, I'd be like, "This is the best film of the year," but really there are a million films like it. But that doesn't mean it's not still good. It's just not very original. But I'm sure it's well done.
Yeah, it could go either way, I think. It could be really like cheesy,
Right.
like the name is like oof. It could be like real like drama porn where it's just trying to take the real easy road, or it could be something like it looks good. I like the part where he takes acid or when he's drugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a Sprite. He's like, "Do you like your Sprite?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, it's fine." And then he just starts
Yeah,
fucking rolling.
it looks like it is really. It's interesting because I didn't realize that of the director that she was the producer of the Dallas Buyers Club, but I think this is a movie that like is going to come down a lot to the direction and the script ultimately of like how original is it going to be, because there are a million movies where a young person finds older person and tries to help and they learn from eeach other. So
does it help to know that the writer, William Porter, also wrote Clifford, 1994's Clifford?
The Big Red
Martin
Dog?
Short movie?
The Martin Short movie Clifford?
Oh. Not the Big Red Dog.
Does that help?
Surprising.
Does it help that he also wrote Back to School?
Oh.
Does this help?
I don't know
Is this
what
better
this
or worse?
movie is going to be based on
Yeah,
this
no,
information.
I've lost it.
I have
the
lost
Rodney
the plot.
Dangerfield film, Back to School.
Yeah.
My dad
Yeah.
loves
Now
that
he's- now
movie.
he's-
I got
Where
to
he
tell my
gets
dad.
Kurt Vonnegut to write his paper about Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah. That was wild. Yeah, I don't know, man. This might just completely pass me by, this movie. I'm not. I have nothing against it.
Right. It's a
It's
movie, that if I hear good things about it, I'll go see. If not, I will miss it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of Kelsey Grammer looking like Anthony Hopkins in Instinct,
Right.
surfing, and it's like, all right. I mean, I don't know. It's
Yeah, that's not
fine.
necessarily bad, but it also isn't.
Yeah, nothing drew me in.
Yeah.
Nothing was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about this next trailer. This is for Flashback.
Flashback.
Oh yeah, this movie that has 50% of the cast of It Follows.
It really
Yeah.
does, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does.
I was actually looking at this as a movie that deserved more hype, but it doesn't really have much in terms of reviews or anything yet.
It's not. Yeah,
and it could go either way.
It
I'd
really
say.
could. Yeah, it's interesting. The basic premise is this dude suddenly starts to remember this girl he went to high school with who just disappeared after graduation, and then he starts to remember this night where he was hanging out with her and some other people, and they took this new drug, and he's pretty sure something awful happened that night, but can't quite remember.
Right.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
And then he takes the drug again, I think.
Yeah, to try to
Um,
recover the memories, and things just go
Yeah.
buck
Yeah.
wild from there.
It gives me a little bit of synchronic
That's
vibes.
what I was
if you
just
guys
going to
have seen
say.
that.
Is I was just going to ask if you guys had seen that. It.
I have not seen it yet. I need to.
I'm a big fan of what's it, Benson,
and
Moorhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what compelled me to watch it, and that movie was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. It's weird to see them have a budget.
Yeah.
It's weird to see them do a movie where it's not just them in it, and
Right.
I don't know. I'm continuing to be excited for everything they put out.
Yeah.
I just want them to keep making movies
Exactly.
forever.
Yeah, they have really interesting ideas and ways of executing them. So I was happy to see another.
Yeah.
I was excited to see another movie by them, and this one was also cool and interesting.
Yeah. And I think that it's the most important part about them is they do original stuff,
Right.
Wildly original ideas, and they haven't stopped so far. And
Right. But yeah, this movie kind of Flashback has definitely gave me some chronic vibes.
yeah.
But it feels. I can't tell if the story feels easier to, not easier, a little more cut and dry, or they're trying too
Right.
hard to Flashback. It was I couldn't quite tell where they were going with it in Flashback, but it seemed cool.
Yeah. This is a weird comparison. Whenever I see a trailer like this, I always think, are you going to be the movie In Time, or are you going to be the movie Predestination?
Yeah.
Meaning, like, are you going to be a sci-fi where people are like, actually, that's really good, or ones where they're like, yeah, you don't have to watch that.
Yeah, I was really hoping you were about. Sorry.
Oh no.
I was really hoping you were going to say, are you either going to be In Time or About Time?
About Time. Yeah, I thought that's where you were going.
Yeah, the original title of this was The Education of Frederick Fitzel.
Yeah, that's why you changed that.
Yeah, Flashback's
that's why you
better.
changed it to Flashback.
Flashback's better.
That's why you don't make a movie that's called that.
Yeah, Flashback's not great, but much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super curious about this.
Yeah, definitely. Again, is what like when it comes out, that's like I'll watch the Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
Score,
yeah.
And if people say
I shall watch this with great interest.
yes,
Yeah.
I will. I'll follow. I'll see what the people are saying because I'm intrigued, but not bold enough.
This could go real wrong.
Yeah.
It has a high IMDb score, but I don't trust that
what
shit
that
at
means.
all.
With anything. Yeah.
That-
That could mean the movie's unspeakably racist.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
Who can say? It is nice to see half the cast of It Follows
yeah.
out there doing more stuff. All right, final trailer. The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
That sounds like the hit EDM single of the summer.
Is this Is this the original director?
James Wan? No, hell no.
Is this James Wan?
No.
Okay, it's Michael Chaves.
Michael Shaves.
What has this person done? I'm looking. Oh no! They did The Curse of La Llorona.
Oh,
not the good one.
Not the one that's nominated for the Oscar.
Yeah.
Not La Llorona.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy. Why are we still? Why are we still gotta keep making these?
Because they make so much money.
They do make so much money. Why do you ask stupid questions, Bridgett? You know.
Yeah.
For films who are about grifters, I enjoyed the first two Conjurings with the knowledge that they're about grifters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you're watching a movie. This is not. It might say inspired by true events, but no, this is a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the true events that they are quote unquote inspired by. In that, as far as I know, I don't want to make this statement.
Oh, I've been ranting about this specific movie for about a year now.
Oh yeah, no, but like the other two movies are about real events where, as far as I know, no one got hurt. I'm not sure about the Conjuring, the first two. This is
Definitely
about a
not
murder.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, this is about a person. This is about the first case of someone claiming the devil made them do a murder. It's about a guy who stabbed his landlord in real life before, like after attacking a woman. Like the landlord, who then claimed the devil made him do it. He either has like a mental illness or it was an alibi. And they're like, but what if we made a movie where he's the victim?
That feels
Yeah,
like
it's-
wildly
it's
insensitive.
I was about to. I was going to use the word wildly. I was going to say irresponsible.
Fair, yeah.
It is both. It is both wildly insensitive and wildly irresponsible.
And like that. Also, on top of the fact that this trailer, it doesn't look that good.
No, it looks bad. It looks like every bad jump scare you've seen in all of these movies.
Yeah, and it's like those combined, it's like maybe don't do it. Like it was already problematic to do the Warrens, but we have a long history of horror being exploitative of real events. So like horror fans have become like weird and numb to it, but
that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it a thing that we should perpetuate.
No,
and that's. I'm thinking, and Tom, like we watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose together, and we just kind of got bummed.
Yeah.
Because when you Google like the real story, you're like, oh, this is just a priest who abused a girl until she died.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This was a woman, like a college student who had like epilepsy or something.
Oh my
this
God.
fucking priest tortured her to death.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a big fan of The Crown, and part of the fun of that is like you Google the stuff after, and you're like, oh wow, that happened, or like that's what that was based off of, and doing it for these movies, it's not fun.
It's pretty bleak when you do it for the Conjuring movies.
And we do it all the time, and maybe it's like I don't want to come down on anyone because it's kind of normalized.
We do it in every genre of based on a true story film. We've done it since the very first one. You bend the truth to make a more entertaining film. That's movies.
Right. And we can talk about true crimes and that nature as well. But I think why horror stands out is because when horror does it erases the mental illness issue
It tends to be more exploitative its nature.
In the tragedy, the like actual tragedy behind it, it exploits it for jump scares.
And like, wasn't there a time when people had like epilepsy or some sort of mental health issue, and we were branding them as demonic?
Yes.
And like,
sure,
aren't we like glad we aren't doing that? And it's weird that horror movies regularly do that.
Yeah,
and it's
all
like,
the time.
That's sort of archaic. So like, without really like naming names, maybe we should just sort of pivot away from that now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean,
maybe it's time to not do that.
Yeah. Sure, that's good ground for horror is like horrible stuff that we actually did to other humans in history, but we don't need to take it from real life cases, like real life murders.
Exactly.
Sure, you can. Yeah.
Or here's the thing: if we do, like, because I'm sure there's many horror. For example, Ed Gein is responsible for many a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
But they loved. Again, Texas Chainsaw, whatever, they were like based on a true events. They love based on a true events, but maybe like if you're
do
writing
away
horror,
with that.
Yeah, if you're writing horror, it's okay to be like inspired by real life horror, but maybe don't like then mold your movie and sell it that way and like cite an actual event.
Right. And it's also one thing to be oh, that sounded weird. It's one thing to like base your, I almost said inspired by the people doing the horror, but that sounded terrible. But like for the purposes of your movie, researching that stuff and using it, but also you don't have to do it at the expense of the victims of those people.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It is funny to be like, I feel really inspired by Ed Gein.
Right. I was gonna say, I was like that. Nope, not. He's a
real creative font.
Yeah. And then like, and the way they did it with him, it's like the adaptations, like, he's responsible for Hannibal Lecter and Psycho, Norman Bates and Texas Chainsaw, and it's like those are all wildly different movies because they took the start of him and then they were like, let's make our original.
Yeah,
work.
there's like Albert Fish in there too. There's
oh yeah, good old Albert.
Truly inspirations.
Yeah, like of course, when we're writing horror movies, we draw from real life horror because that's how horror movies work. But this is like the fact that these are like the ending credits are always like, and here's the real pictures, and so on and so forth. It just makes them. They're getting worse.
Yeah,
they're getting worse.
It's getting real slimy.
This movie kind of makes me wince more at the other Conjuring films, especially the second one. Really, like, is a bit much too because they talk about the fact that they're accused of being frauds in that one, and it's like they're the Warrens' PR team, like they're really trying to sell us on them. Like, no, they were the real deal. And they have scenes where they're being, like, really objective and stuff, and they're like, it could be. Maybe it is a hoax. Let's look into it. And it's like, just change their names. Like, make new characters.
Yeah, just do your own thing. What are we doing this for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get a text? Who got a text?
I think that was me.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. I love horror.
I like that you said, I think that was me. You know it was you.
Well, here's the thing.
I believe it was me.
Devices that are, oh my God. I
love...
I have too many devices going off. I'm going to throw them all into the sea, but sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Along with The Conjuring 3.
Yeah.
Into the sea.
I don't want to see this movie.
No, hell no. I still haven't seen part 2.
I'm going to bet you're going to.
I might.
I mean,
part
we will
saw.
eventually. We'll watch it to... There's going to be a night where we're going to be like, hey, let's watch some kind of piece of shit, and then this is going to come up.
It's going to be this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Conjuring 2 has a really cool scene in it. It overall, it starts... The Conjuring films started getting like, there's too much lore. And, they stuck that nun in there, and it's like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Thor having his Asgard vision, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck is this in here?
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson.
Sure.
He's great.
Fear Farmiga, great. Give them work. I mean, they could do better work. But
they're getting paid.
They're
for this.
They're a smoking couple. Like,
they are.
Oh yeah,
as the Warrens.
Very handsome version of the Warrens.
Very handsome. Yeah.
They're the very fuckable version of the Warrens.
They could con me. They're they got
version,
they got con.
Put them up.
They have good con face.
He's always wearing his little sweater vests.
Put them up on the
She's
stand.
Like
I'll be in the jury. Like, maybe the devil did make him do
it. Maybe.
Yeah. I think that's what also upsets me, because The Exorcism of Emily Rose is my weakness, because it combines two genres I love, which is horror and courtroom dramas. And this is also doing that, and I'm like, don't do this to me. Yeah. Don't go after my heart this.
Don't tear you away from what you love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How dare you?
It's tearing up my heart.
Yeah. Let's get into news stories. Yeah.
All right.
We got some more patrons to thank, including E.T., the extravagant terresticle. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Thank you to Cody Johnston's time machine noise. Always a pleasure. Thank you to Pete for Pagel. Thank you. Thank you to Glitterous. Thank you, Glitterous. Thank you to Thanks for having Jason Pargin on. Here's $25.
Woo!
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Midnight Patron. What patrons at midnight? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you to Andrew. How? Thank you to Vincent. Thank you to Rev MD. Thank you very much.
Let me jump in here. Thank you to John Muniz. Thank you to Wavy Rancheros.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. DNA.
Yeah.
Thank you to Lauren Gucci.
Thank you.
Thank you to James Rainey.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bootler Bootlesson.
Bootler.
Thank you to Grumblebee. Thanks to Tux. Thanks to Ricky Cilantro.
Thank you.
And thanks to Norm. Norm from Cheers.
Thank you, Norm.
Okay, so Vin Diesel's making a Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Let's
go.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. I hope he's red.
Yes.
Well, the plot description of the movie is Real Steel. I don't know if you guys read it.
Is it? So it is just Real Steel?
It's just real. Like, it's the same plot. It's like they build it as like a father-son relationship drama set against the backdrop of like fighting robots. I'm like, oh, so it's Real Steel. You've made Real Steel.
I think it's important to note that, much like Adam Driver, Vin Diesel has a one for me, one for you situation.
Oh, hell yeah.
But his one for me is stuff like The Last Witch Hunter and Bloodshot. Like, there's still one for you.
His one for us is like, you're still in the reign of what you want to do, Vin, but what he wants to do is just that times a million.
And I'm curious which one this is.
I mean, 100% for him. This is, you know what? I support everything he does, and it's gonna be great. I hope he punches Blue Robot real hard and he goes flying through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
If it's Real Steel without the fucking kid in it, then that's good. That's fine.
It's gonna have the kid. It's specifically a father-son drama.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's about family.
Yeah, it's about family.
Yeah, right. But like, they can make 10 real steals, so why not?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of, in the story, it says it's part of a slate that Mattel is doing, so...
Including
there's going to
Barbie.
be a magic... Yeah, Barbie,
the
Barney.
Magic 8 Ball, yeah, the fucking build-up to that.
The Magic 8 Ball movie, I'm in for. I'm 100. I don't know what it's going to be. I
can see that.
Weirdly, I can see it as like a weird Jumanji thing.
Or I was thinking make another like a Ouija.
Right,
make it like a horror movie.
Like a straight horror. I mean, to me, Jumanji is the original.
Pretty horrifying, yeah.
Pretty horrifying.
Right.
Scared the crap out of me.
There's also people on the internet saying, "Why can't we get Real Steel 2 if we make this?" And it's like, you're right.
Sure, but
let's get Real Steel 2
Why
as well.
Can't we?
Sure,
and
but that doesn't have Vin Diesel in it. So
well, here's what you do. You put out the Rock'em Sock'em, then you put out Real Steel 2, post credits, guess who shows up? You merge them. You mush them together.
That does work. I also wonder if the robots they're going to build, are they building like human sides? Are they building chappies? Essentially.
They better.
I hope so.
Like they're remote controlling them, but they're begging for their life, and they're like, "I'm sentient. Please stop."
To be a Rock'em Sock'em movie, and they're just building robots, and Vin Diesel's not actually one of the robots, which is still I'm holding out hope for. Yeah, so they're just building big people robots to fight each. I don't get it.
This brings up an interesting question. Has Vin Diesel only played a robot once?
As far as I know, just the Iron Giant.
There are multiple movies. If you're talking about Triple X,
he's not a robot.
He's not a robot. Why did I think he was?
He's just extreme. He's extreme.
It's just
he's so extreme. Yeah, that 1X is simply not enough.
He's in the Xander zone.
Right.
No, I was talking about the Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant. Why did I just had like a vision of a scene in XXX that does not exist where he pulls like cords out of his head, but that's from The Matrix.
They're both bald in it.
I mean, it could be
I don't know. He has Triple X tattooed on the back of his neck in Triple X.
He might as well
be.
Were
you thinking of that?
That's what I'm thinking of. That's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. It's weird we haven't got him in a Terminator film.
Yeah.
He'd play a good evil Terminator.
I feel like
we do. We've been good. We've watched a lot of bad Terminator films. Give us one with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, what are you doing? Come on now.
Yeah, that's the one for us, Vin.
Yeah. Come on, Vin.
One
you can make it happen.
Sock'em for one Terminator. Please.
Yeah. How many Academy Awards do you think this will win?
All of them. They'll have to invent new categories.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah, it's going to be real stupid. I'm going to love it.
It's very funny how like the formula for me for movie news is if I read there's a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie, I'd go, but then you add the words Vin and Diesel to the start of the sentence, and you're like, oh, so it's going to be the best thing ever.
It's going to be great. What I'm nervous about now that you've like described that it's possible he is not fighting in the films, does that mean I have to watch a Vin Diesel movie where he does not fight? That would be wildly disappointing to me.
That would be a shame. I'm assuming he'll still fight.
He's got to fight, right?
He's got to fight something,
I don't want to see him
what's the point?
Right. That's if he's just building the robots and he don't fight a robot.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do the shadow boxing that they did in Real Steel.
Oh boy, man, I hope so. I'm
hoping that he'll just get into fights naturally. The plot will dictate it.
Why
and maybe
isn't? I hope this is a bridge into him making a Street Sharks movie, because why hasn't he made a Street Sharks movie?
I don't know, man. The world is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
one of these days,
he needs to just Vin Diesel punching stuff. That's all I want. Mm-hmm. And just Rock'em Sock'em. That's all about the punchies. So I just hope he gets to throw a punchy.
Yeah. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, like the punching is
That's a whole
66% of that.
Thing, and I'm very worried he's not going to punch.
Here's what I want to happen. Is the red robot breaks down, and he's like, I'll do it myself. And he paints himself red, and he tags in.
Yes. Yep. Like one of those street performer robots.
That's actually...
And he just tries to blend in.
That's like the plot. That's the actual plot of the story that Real Steel is based on.
Amazing. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Goes without saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, next trailer. Next trailer. We're past trailers. We're at news stories. What's going on with this Iron Man billboard? Is this a promo? Are we doing someone's job for them by talking about it?
It's because the day before, some jabronis either hired a driver or just one of them was so dedicated to it, but was basically driving a van around Warner Brothers with one of those. It's one of those electric billboard vans, but the billboard was like "Restore the Snyderverse." So like the following day we get this billboard, or like maybe it was 2 days later. It was earlier this week anyway. But today a billboard goes up where it's like, "Bring Tony Stark back to life." The Marvel fans demand
I'm sorry.
it.
It's hashtag bring back Tony Stark to life.
Yes, bring back Tony Stark to life. Yep. And it's
great grammar.
All I could think of, like, two thoughts crossed my mind when I saw that. One, it's like is the obvious thought. It's like, great, this is what you fucking get when you
bow to fans.
When you bow to fan demands. It's just like, no, that stops being art. Then what are we even fucking doing?
Right.
And then the second thing that came to my mind is, you goddamn nerds spend all day reading shit on the internet and you can't compose one sentence?
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm annoyed. It just...
it's dumb. It's all dumb. They're fucking comic book movies. They're for kids.
Marvel fans have been catered to so much.
Yes!
And that, like, it's just been... They just know that Disney will bend over backwards to make them happy, so they just now cobble together movies based off shit posts on Reddit. It's annoying. Make the damn movies and shut up.
It's a reminder of why I don't trust audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
Because it's like they don't know, like, the fandom has taken over knowledge of what makes a good story almost.
Yes.
Where they're like it would be the dumbest narrative move to do all that for Iron Man and then bring him back. I'm sure Marvel is right now trying to think of non-cheap ways to get more out of Robert Downey Jr.
He's going to come back as an AI. That's what's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm already so annoyed because, like, don't do that. I don't care, but don't do it. I want to make both those things clear. But they will, because these people, like, they just know they can get whatever they want if they just complain about it, and that's how Marvel makes movies now, and it's very annoying, and their ideas are bad.
Their ideas are bad because, like, Endgame was probably the first time in Marvel that I was like, okay, so they're actually making movies. Like, this has stakes in it. Right. There's tragedy. There's, like, real scenes between people. And so it means that some fans were out there, they're like, what the fuck is this? You know, like, it's exactly the stuff that's wrong with superhero movies. Here's the instinct.
Here's a real quick example. I've been going through some... reading samples for people applying for various writing positions. One of the samples I read was a piece comparing, basically arguing that a specific comic book movie was better than another specific comic book movie because it adhered more closely to the comic book, which is like...
not how movies are judged.
That does not mean it's good just based on that. It's like, well, this is what happens in the comic. I'm like, yeah, and that's stupid. Like, that's not good.
And that means nothing.
It was the same thing when the Harry Potters came out, where it was like, all these movies need to be 4 hours long, and then, you know, people pitching fits over, like, Dobby being cut out of one of the movies. Or it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew hardcore Harry Potter fans who Prisoner of Azkaban, they're like, that's bullshit. And it's like, it is literally the best
It's the
movie.
best one.
It's the best one.
It is made by an amazing director. And the fact that, because it doesn't check your fan boxes, you can't see that or appreciate that.
Right.
Like, that's fandom crushing art.
And this in particular, is Bring Tony Stark, is so, it's such a childish demand in that, like, no, you don't actually want that because that takes all the stakes out of your movie, which already had problems with stakes. You're just like, no, but I loved him and I want him to come back. Yeah, sure, that's the fucking point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the worst part. Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
The worst part is the fact that we have to talk about this because the terrorists won with the Snyder Cut. The fact that this has worked, that a hashtag change your story or change the narrative.
There's a lot of differences between this and Marvel. The Snyder Warner Brothers and Marvel.
Yes.
I will say, because
I honestly trust Marvel to look at that and go, no.
They're the biggest thing in the world. They make $1 billion at least, like almost every time they put out a movie. So it's like they've got Kevin Feige. He's made them trillions of dollars, literally the highest grossing film of all time. They're going to keep doing whatever he has in store. They're not going to throw their game plan out the window because some assholes put a hashtag on a billboard. Warner Brothers.
Kevin Feige understands what good writing is, at least, and what good storytelling is.
Yeah. He knows how to keep people engaged. He's done it for over a decade now. It's really wild. Warner Brothers, meanwhile, has been struggling for another hit franchise for the past 10 years, pretty much ever since Harry Potter ended.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been limping from kind of failure to failure with like Godzilla and the DC movies, and I know there's another one in there, but they've put out a lot of duds. Oh, the fucking Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
So they're way more susceptible to be like, well, maybe we can get some of these people to subscribe to HBO Max if we give them their goddamn superhero movie.
Yeah,
That's the only reason that happens.
The president of Warner Brothers is like sitting. He's like in his office at night in the dark, drinking a scotch, and like sees the like bring back the restore the Snyder Cut, and he's just like, okay, fine. Like if you think it'll help. Like it's just
is
they
that
need
what you
something.
want? We don't know.
Yeah,
we do not know. We have no idea.
We are all over 60.
Yeah,
we have no idea what you want.
We'll take your ideas.
We'll just tell us. Yeah, just tell us to do what we want to. We'll do anything.
They also hitched their wagon to Zack Snyder and David S. Goyer.
Yeah,
for all their superhero movies. It's like, my God, guys.
Warner Brothers is we should start a hashtag campaign specifically to sabotage Warner Brothers, like hashtag The Matrix but with clowns, and like see if we can get that made. And they're like, I guess that's what they want, so let's make Clown
that's what
Matrix.
The people are asking for.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah, hashtag Clown Matrix. Let's do it.
Yeah, Clown Matrix. The fizzy water comes out, and then it's like bullet time, dodging the fizzy water.
Dodging the fizzy water. Yeah, the hand buzzer thing, and you see the electricity go through someone, and they get stronger.
Yeah. On the subject of Marvel, we should talk about this final story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Russell Crowe to play Zeus in the new Thor. Mm-hmm. Tom, help me out here.
Okay, so he was on like an Australian, I think it was Australian, radio interview where he clearly was not supposed to say this because the tweet got deleted almost immediately, and
love it.
But he let slip that he's playing Zeus in the next Thor movie. But he also, in the same breath, he talked about how it was like the movie just started filming, and he was like, I'm about to head in for my last day. So that means it's probably a cameo like the play scene in Ragnarok.
Yeah, I assumed Russell Crowe wasn't a major character.
No, it's probably just like a fun cameo that he can do because he happens to be in New Zealand, I think is where he lives, and that's where they film a lot of stuff because that's where Taika's from.
Aren't they bringing back Matt Damon too? Like they're doing
I saw a still of Matt Damon on set somewhere.
Zeus is in the comic books, and whenever I hear a name like Zeus in Marvel's Thor, I'm always like, so what's that character? And then I look it up, and it's like, that's Zeus.
It's just Zeus. Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I also have this thing where I can't. It's a medical diagnosis where I cannot. Every time I hear Kurt Russell, or I can't distinguish between Kurt Russell and Russell Crowe. And I don't
think they can either.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're two wildly different dudes.
They're
but the names are madness.
And
I do it too.
So I was like, he's already in a different one of these movies as a god figure.
Yeah,
and he blew up. I think I was very confused at this story, and then I was once again reminded that they're two very different people.
Russell Crowe, very different.
Yeah.
I wish he was playing Zeus from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Zeus Carver? Yeah.
Yeah. If he was just part of the Thor lore. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be like, a gag. It's going to be a little gag.
Now that Thor's cute, they'll do gags.
Yeah, and it's Taika again, so it's going to be... Yeah.
The one that's like, I'm really excited for is the fact that, and I keep forgetting it, that Christian Bale's in it.
He's
a major character.
He's the villain,
and it's like, I can't wait for Taika directing Christian Bale.
I mean,
that's going to be cool.
That is, I mean, I don't know this like officially, but that is 100% the only reason Marvel was able to get Christian Bale is because he wants to work with Taika Waititi.
Yeah, and he should work with him again after this.
Yeah.
They should make a million movies together. Also, Natalie Portman's in this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Bringing her
also,
back.
I'm looking at the cast. Apparently, Jeff Goldblum is back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I like this turn for Thor a lot. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, all the Guardians, like Dave Bautista.
Right.
And
yeah,
Chris
the
Pratt
Guardians
and
are in
so
it.
forth. Yeah. My God, this is going to be a fun fucking movie.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah. I also wonder, is Kat Dennings in it? Do we know? She is in the new Thor?
Unknown, I think.
Because that will be... Yeah. So see how that, that ties...
Her coming back in WandaVision was kind of a surprise.
Right. So, yeah, I just wonder if that's part of whatever they're planning to tie this all together.
I don't know.
But who knows?
It's
wait and see.
Yeah,
it's going to be wild. It's going to be tied into Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Right. Marvel really this is where it's at. Like this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope they just go further and further into the cosmic stuff because that stuff in the comics is so weird and just out there. It's like the
it looks so cool in Ragnarok.
Yeah,
it just looked fucking awesome.
They're never like the best-selling books, but they're really fun just because they're so wild.
It's really funny in the movie universe where like the first and second Thor, you really have different expectations of where he comes from. And then it's just like, space is a crazy neon like party. And it's like, oh, okay. Like it's just because they switched gears. But it's just very funny in the context of the first couple that it feels like they're like really holding out on us. This is gonna be fun as shit.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Let's name some more producers.
We got some more producers to thank, such as Space McNulty. Thank you very much. Thank you to Hiram. Thank you to great, it's that guy. Thank you to Nolan Mayton. Thank you to Normal Man Andrew McGuire. Thank you very much. Thank you to Ozzy. Thank you to AJ. Thank you to Tip Drizzle. Thank you to Frank Lee Amish.
Oh, man, let me jump in here. Thank you to Burrito Mouth. Thank you to Mrs. Voitis.
Thank you.
Thank you to the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank you.
Thank you to David Knife Boot Hinson, MBA, CPA. Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparks, Esquire.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mackenzie Righteous Hand, Lizard People Chill. Thank you, Funky J.
Funky J.
And thanks to Pie Guy.
Pie Guy, thank you.
Dave.
We did it.
Dave.
Episode over.
Dave.
What?
Excise the bullshit.
No.
Cut the shit.
I refuse.
and tell me if you have a movie that deserves more hype.
Oh, I guess I do.
Oh, man, I thought you might.
This is a little movie called Fried Berry. Oh, my goodness. This is based off, I believe, a short film. This is coming out on May 7th. It's sitting at an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is, boy.
Yeah.
It's about a deadbeat junkie in Cape Town who goes on a bender and ends up getting abducted by aliens. To quote this review, if anal probing ever made you wince, just wait to see where these guys probe.
I bet it's his dick.
So that's fun. I bet it's his dick.
It's
Right?
his dick. It's definitely, yeah.
That's the only thing it could be.
An alien then possesses his body and takes over. You could never tell that from the trailer, or the trailer's, you saw the trailer.
Right.
It's
very
something.
Vincent
It's quite
D'Onofrio in Men in Black.
Yeah. But because he's like he's like a piece of shit before he was abducted, it doesn't seem like people really know the difference. And it's an alien just seeing what humanity has to offer through the eyes of this guy. The review calls it warped and then says, and I do mean warped, as blood-soaked fellatio, an insanely accelerated pregnancy, and literal jaw-bending ravers on an entire bag of ecstasy. Predicting what happens next is futile. So, I think this movie's just out of its mind.
Yeah, this movie just sounds bonkers.
Yeah.
It sounds and looks insane.
Yeah. It seems like it's not for everybody.
No, definitely not.
No.
It's technically a comedy. I don't know what it's. All the reviews are just like, this is absolutely out of its mind. One review is, think of this as a hard R version of E.T. That makes me happy.
Will do.
Yeah. There's also comparisons to Under the Skin or Starman.
Starman?
Yeah, but
Starman didn't go in this direction.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like those types of movies, but then in a haunting direction, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
It is. I've seen loosely someone mentioned The Greasy Strangler. So it's watch the trailer if you dare, and you'll see for yourself that this is going to be a doozy.
Mm-hmm.
Fried Berry. Yeah, how'd you guys like the trailer?
I mean,
it was hard to tell what was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to watch this movie.
But
I'm going to have to see it.
Intrigued. Yeah. The guy playing Barry, I'm sure, is just having the best time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it it looked like a crazier early Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, it does. It definitely has that feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It is one where you're like, oh,
yeah,
I guess I'll have to see that.
Right.
Yeah, no, it looks completely unhinged.
Yeah, it feels like I'm gonna have to brace myself and watch this.
The writer-director has made a lot of short films. He's also acted in 30 things, including Doomsday and Bloodshot as background characters, though, maybe featured extras, maybe a line or two, I'm guessing. So that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody check out the trailer.
Yeah.
Do it.
And see for yourself. You'll know pretty quickly if it's a movie you want to see.
Yeah, it's definitely if it's for you, it's gonna be fun. But it's very likely that it is not your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Oh,
that's
man.
all I got.
Yeah, no. That's a sode. I think we did it.
Whoa!
We absolutely did it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, yeah. Congrats all around.
Yeah.
Bridgett, thank you so much for being on the show.
It was a pleasure, you guys.
Yeah. Do you have You have anything to plug? Where can we find you? What do you need to tell the world?
Nothing important. Yeah, you can hear my podcasts on Small Beans. You probably know that by now, but yeah, you can listen to Rough Stuff. We have a new episode coming out soon where we have some exciting announcements coming up about some new stuff we're working on. So, yeah, check that out. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Bridgett Tweets, and occasionally I do that.
Nice.
I've been known to tweet.
I've done it.
You've lobbed a tweet or two.
I've dabbled.
Yeah.
Thrown an opinion into the void.
Dave, we have a Patreon. Yeah. Patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have exclusive podcasts on there for $5 a month. You get every week Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We also have a new monthly podcast with the people at Small Beans called Star Trek: The Next Futurama. So you should check all that out if you feel like it.
Do it. We also have a store at tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed where you can get t-shirts, masks, mugs, stickers, posters, all kinds of things. So check that out.
Check
it out.
Check that out. You'll love it.
Check it out. I did one too.
Nice. Yeah. I dabble in
checking
out.
I can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.